Dark Gregorian chants echo beneath the sound of thunder. A candle flickers. A knight kneels in shadow. They were the sword and the shield of God. Warriors in white mantles marked with a crimson cross. The Knights Templar. But when the world turned against them, a darker order was born. One history tried to erase. The Black Templars. Were they destroyed by the church, or did they survive in secret, transforming into something far more powerful? Tonight, we open the forbidden chronicles of faith, fire, and vengeance, and uncover the brotherhood that refused to die. In 1119 AD, just years after the First Crusade, 9 knights led by Hugues de Payens made a sacred vow in Jerusalem. They called themselves the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, sworn to protect pilgrims traveling through the Holy Land. The King of Jerusalem gave them quarters within the ruins of Solomon's temple, and from that moment their destiny became entangled with legend. They were warriors of faith, monks with swords, and their loyalty was to God alone. Over the next 2 centuries, the Templars rose to power unlike any order before them. Their courage in battle was legendary. Saladin himself respected their ferocity. They built fortresses from England to Acre, controlled fleets, and invented what would become the foundation of modern banking, a system allowing travelers to deposit wealth in one country and withdraw it safely in another. With influence stretching from the Vatican to the crown of France, the Templars had become too powerful for the world they served. By 1300, the Templar Order was a kingdom without borders, rich, independent, and untouchable. They answered to no king, no law, no pope. But power breeds fear, and in the shadows of Europe, enemies gathered, whispering of secret rituals, forbidden oaths, and a God that was not the church's. When the flames of jealousy met the cold steel of politics, the Templars' fall became inevitable. On October 13th, 1307, a Friday that would forever mark superstition, King Philip IV of France struck. In a single dawn raid, hundreds of Templars were arrested across France. The charges were shocking: heresy, idol worship, and blasphemy. Pope Clement V, under Philip's pressure, ordered their dissolution. Torture chambers soon filled with screams as knights confessed to crimes they likely never committed, all to save their lives from the pyre. The Templars' Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was imprisoned for 7 years before his final execution in 1314. On the banks of the Seine, as flames devoured him, he cried out, cursing both the king and the pope, summoning them to meet God's judgment within a year. And so it came to pass. Both men were dead within months. The church declared the order dissolved, the Vatican sealed their records, and the world believed the Templars were no more. But not all were captured. Many knights vanished into the wilderness of Europe, taking their symbols, their secrets, and their gold. In Scotland, Portugal, and the Alps, they resurfaced under new banners. Some took service under kings, others disappeared entirely. Yet, among the whispers, one name began to surface, a hidden sect that took the Templar code into darkness. They were no longer warriors of the light. They were the Black Templars. The first mentions of the Black Templars appear in 14th century chronicles from northern France and Aragon. They speak of knights dressed in dark mantles, riding under a crescent moon instead of a cross. These men bore no allegiance to Rome or any earthly ruler. They called themselves the Guardians of the Temple Reborn. Some believed they were fugitives seeking revenge. Others whispered that they had turned to forbidden knowledge, ancient rites they once swore to destroy. In Portugal, King Dinas sheltered many former Templars under a new name, the Order of Christ. Officially, it was a separate brotherhood, but its members, its code, and its rituals mirrored those of the Templars. It was here historians believe that the Black Templar identity took root. Knights reborn not under the light of papal blessing, but under the shadow of secrecy. The order financed explorers like Henry the Navigator, whose voyages would shape the world. Yet their true origins remained obscured behind royal decrees. Elsewhere, rumors grew darker. In Bohemia and the Black Forest, villagers spoke of masked riders appearing at night, demanding tithes for the temple. In Scotland, the legend of Roslin Chapel began, its carvings and hidden vaults said to conceal Templar relics and maps of lost worlds. To the Church, these tales were heresy. To the faithful, they were proof. The Templars had survived, but they were no longer angels of faith. They had become ghosts of vengeance. What did the Black Templars believe? Historians remain divided. Some argue they turned from the Church entirely, embracing Gnostic Christianity, a belief that divinity lies within man, not above him. Others suggest they became keepers of ancient knowledge, preserving texts from Solomon's temple and the East. The Church had condemned them for worshipping an idol named Baphomet, but modern scholars suspect it was a misinterpretation of an old Arabic word for wisdom. Letters uncovered in the Vatican archives hint that the Templars' true heresy was not satanic worship, but secrecy itself. They had learned too much about the Crusades' political lies, about relics used for profit, about the bloodlines that tied monarchs to myth. By defying papal authority, they had uncovered truths the Church could never allow to spread. The Black Templars became custodians of that forbidden knowledge, preserving it through coded manuscripts and hidden monasteries. Centuries later, echoes of their influence emerged. The Freemasons, founded in the 16th century, adopted symbols and rituals strikingly similar to those of the Templars. Some lodges even claimed direct descent, and in rare documents, a name appeared in cipher: Ordo Nigri Templi, the Order of the Black Temple. Whether real or myth, their ideals persisted: secrecy, brotherhood, enlightenment beyond dogma. The flame had not died, it had simply changed color. As Europe plunged into the Renaissance, whispers of the Black Templars resurfaced in unexpected places, in alchemical texts, in Masonic rites, and even in royal courts. The Medici, patrons of secret knowledge, were rumored to have Templar relics in their vaults. Explorers bearing the cross of the Order of Christ mapped the New World, guided by symbols that predated Columbus. Behind the curtain of discovery, the hidden order's hand could be faintly seen. During the Reformation, both Catholics and Protestants invoked the Templars' name, some as martyrs, others as devils. Secret societies like the Rosicrucians claimed to guard Templar truths. And when the Enlightenment dawned, the Templar cross re-emerged as a symbol of rebellion against tyranny. From the American Revolution to Napoleon's empire, the ideals once buried beneath the ashes of Jacques de Molay began to breathe again. Freedom, reason, and faith in knowledge. But for every enlightened scholar, there was also a shadow. The legend of the Black Templars became entangled with conspiracy, from the Illuminati to Vatican cover-ups. Some claimed the order still met in hidden cathedrals beneath Europe, swearing oaths to a master of the night. Though no evidence has ever been found, the persistence of their myth is telling. Perhaps history didn't erase them at all. Perhaps it simply forgot to look in the dark.
Today, their symbols are everywhere, carved in cathedrals, printed in secret orders, woven into the language of power itself. Historians debate whether the Black Templars were real or legend, but something undeniable remains: their spirit. The idea that knowledge must be protected from corruption, that truth must survive even when empires fall. Across time, the Templar ideal has reappeared in freethinkers, scientists, and dreamers who challenge the orthodoxy of their age. The Vatican now acknowledges the Templars were wrongfully condemned, yet questions linger. Why were the archives sealed for centuries? What truths did Jacques de Molay die protecting? And why do so many modern secret societies trace their roots back to a brotherhood the Church insists no longer exists? Perhaps the Templars never truly vanished. Perhaps they simply went underground, adapting, evolving, waiting for the world to be ready for their truth. So tonight, as the last candle burns low, imagine those armored figures riding through the mist, not as ghosts, but as guardians. Their empire was built not on gold, but on secrecy and faith. And though the Church destroyed their name, it could not destroy their idea that light can be found even in darkness. The Black Templars may have lost their temple, but their spirit still walks among us, hidden in plain sight. And in our next journey, we'll follow that spirit, tracing how their symbols re-emerged in revolutions, art, and power, proving that some orders never truly die.